Welcome, everyone, to the Real Whovians cast. Pretty early this time. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Hayden. What's up, Hayden?
Have you seen Justice League? That's how I'm feeling. That
Right.
good.
Wow. Well, I got this wonderful comment at 6 something in the morning that I woke up to, which is very nice, and I'm going to share it with everyone here. This is coming from, I'm just going to say the first name, Marty. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I've had enough of your negative attitude towards this new era of Who. It is clear from talking to other YouTubers who know you and by your videos over the past year that you do not like the thought of a woman being the doctor, and you keep thinking that there is an agenda behind everything. I've been subscribed to your channel since 2012, but I've now decided to unsubscribe because of the negative attitude that both you and your so-called friends have towards the show. I recall a video back in April 2017 that you would stop the Real Whovians cast if the doctor became a woman. Now you've decided to bite the bullet as you realize that your actual views will affect the reputation of your channel and cause others like me to subscribe. Good luck with whatever you have planned for this channel's future, because with the content you are making recently, it doesn't seem like you'll be around for much longer. Wow. Wow, that's pretty amazing, Mark. First of all, let me tell you that, again, I can't stress enough that people don't question how much I like about Doctor Who, really. Hayden knows me from even before the Real Whovians cast.
Oh yeah, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad how much you love Doctor Who.
Yeah. And the amount of money I spend on Doctor Who, regardless.
Yeah, those friggin' toys you were collecting that you could possibly get a different one in each box.
I bought cases and cases of Doctor Who Titans, and they're not cheap. Okay, I have so many TARDISes in the house, toys, that Sharwood would probably disown me if I brought another one in here. But I'm sure I could bring another 20. But anyway, I put Doctor Who on mugs at my own expense. The amount of money I spent on Doctor Who magazine will probably pay for your mortgage for the year. Really. Since I've been collecting for decades. Okay? That's not even counting the action figures, DVDs, Titans, bookmarks. God, I don't even know. So the fact that you think that my channel, and mind you, I'm not bashing you as a person. I'm kind of taken aback by your comments because, to me it seems like you're the one that has the agenda, being that you're doing so much research on contacting my haters about me, which is amazing. Also, the fact that you probably really don't watch the Real Whovians cast, because if you did, you would see many different members that are for Jodie Whittaker coming on here. Like Hayden has spoken about, right?
Yeah.
How much you love it. There's a lot of members.
Okay.
So I don't block people's opinions if they don't agree with mine. In fact, I promote it more than anything else. If Hayden any time throughout the day wanted to do a cast, I would make room in my schedule to do a cast about Doctor Who. That's how much I love Doctor Who, by the way, okay? If he wanted to say how freaking amazing Jodie Whittaker is, whether I agreed or not, I would still do a cast. And that goes for any member of my members of the Real Whovians cast, by the way. Anybody who wants to have a voice, I never shut them out, okay? Ever. I do casts all hours of the time. Right now, I'm doing a cast at 7:54 in the morning, okay? So I'm taking time out of my work schedule, my commute, and I'm doing casts with you guys about Doctor Who and comments at 7:54 in the morning. Mind you, I do casts at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning. I do casts all different times, maybe on my break. I love Doctor Who. I have thousands of casts on Doctor Who. And yes, I could pretty confidently say, and Hayden, you agree with me or not, all right, that I have the most casts on Doctor Who in history with videos combined.
Yeah, definitely.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, has more videos and casts on Doctor Who more than me. Believe that. Believe that. So, and again, maybe it's a great thing. Maybe it's something not to be proud of. Maybe it goes to show how much time I really spent on talking about Doctor Who. If you added every single Doctor Who video together, counted by minutes and seconds, Hayden, would that come up to like a year?
Oh, it's fucking tragic how much you've talked about it. Like, you're that hardcore of a fan, it's sad. I actually feel like you've lost years of your life on this shit.
And I'm glad I stopped aging because, and I am a Time Lord, because then I'd be like looking gray and everything else. It's called die. But anyway, yeah. So I do love Doctor Who, and I'm sorry that you're upset that I don't like the Doctor Who logo. Ooh, I lost a subscriber because I voiced my opinion, Hayden. What am I going to do, bro? What am I going to do? How am I going to compose? My channel's over, I guess, right? My God.
It's the end of days.
The end of days. Well, see, this actually, and you know me, Hayden, when stuff like this happens, what happens? I get magnified.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You break out in the song and dance.
I might, like, pop out 10 Real Whovians casts today. I might pop out 15 this week, maybe more. I'll double my efforts, all because you magnified the shit out of me with your comments. Yeah. So I basically made it and marked it on my calendar that every time it is March 9th, I'm going to make a video and a comment and reflect on your comment, because this is the day that I'm going to show how much I grow every single year since this comment was made. How much my channel isn't failing. How much subscribers I have, basically, to show that, yeah, I am not going to, my channel's not going to go down, like you say.
Yeah, I don't see it going down.
I am going to continue talking about Doctor Who, and yes, I'll love things. Like, I'm very happy Alan Cummings is in Doctor Who. And I'm very happy that he actually was honest and told the public that, yeah, before they chose Jodie Whittaker, they kind of asked him to be the Doctor. Gotta tell you. And he refused because he's like, 8 months? 10 months out of the year? Get the fuck. And it was like, hell no. That was his response. As much as he loves Doctor Who, sorry, but if you're making millions of dollars a year and now you're going to sacrifice that to make thousands, as much as you love Doctor Who, you're probably not going to do it. Unless, of course, you're so freaking rich or you have money that you're willing to take a loss, like Capaldi took a loss for years because he's a fan. Okay? With his career, mind you. But, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to continue to spend tons of money on Doctor Who. And also, being that I'm a published author, yes, I take all my royalties lately and throw it back in Doctor Who. Yes. The moment I got my royalty last week, that's exactly what I did. So, yeah, I'm going to continually watch Doctor Who. And listen, you know, you're entitled, after watching Doctor Who for as many years as I have, to not like a doctor or not approve of something. That doesn't make you a misogynist. That doesn't make you a hater. That doesn't make you against Doctor Who. And all these people that you're probably talking to that are kind of enemies of mine, I think I came before them anyway. So, because I think, like, they started a gripe with me and just to get known at one point in time, if I'm thinking who you're referring to. But anyway, Yeah, we have Doctor Who pages, okay, on Facebook. We have Doctor Who things on different platforms. We're on Twitch now. Which, when was that ever going to happen? On Gaming Network, it's not just gaming anymore. We're a TV show on Twitch talking about Doctor Who and everything show and all this stuff. So we have grown beyond the one platform as a channel. So for you to say I've gone backwards and my channel is failing, truth is in the numbers, in the analytics, in the subscriber count, in the income, in the everything. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what the subscribers is. If I'm getting a check from, like, YouTube, I must be doing something right for the little subscribers you think I have.
You're smashing it.
So I don't know about smashing it like these big YouTubers, but one day it's gonna get to that point. And
I mean, like, I guess it's hard for a new audience member to jump on when they see, like, episode 2976 and they go, oh fuck, I'm not jumping back to episode 1.
Yeah.
No, but it's lucky though, I think, because you talk about news topics, people are always going to jump onto the people commentating on the latest news.
And I forgive you if you don't watch every single episode of the Whovians cast. I don't expect you to devote a year or two of your life watching just one cast of mine. They're a lot. They're a lot, I must admit.
And I'm still on your back to get rid of the friggin' numbers.
I know, but you know what it is? I don't want to. Because
I know.
I like it, man. And it's a nice tracking method. I mean, I did listen to some extent. Sometimes most of the time I just initialize it like RWC, you know? But then sometimes I'm like, you know, all right, let me throw it out there, you know? Just to fit, but yeah, it's been a long road. You were a kid when you were, right? When you came on with me. You were a minor. You were a minor.
I would have been 16, 15.
Right? And back then, we used to have some people, remember? They're like, oh, we can't have minors on. Remember that? There was like some rules and stuff. And I'm like, oh, he's a great kid. He's whatever. Remember somebody got mad because
it was old Doc. I think it was old Doc or something.
We did multiple casts and somebody didn't want that. Remember that? That was fun though.
Yeah.
We had fun times. And listen, when you're talking about Doctor Who cares how many casts you do.
Yeah, true.
You know,
I get that though.
Yeah, that's why when I did my own show, I did like how many if I want to do 20 in a day, I'll do it. You know?
I was pumping out Modern Age Nerd back in the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then Nerdtopia. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
And remember when you got your first dislike too?
And I deleted my channel.
Yeah, the first dislike, remember that?
No. I had that for a while. Remember I did that video, Is John Hurt the 12th Doctor or something?
Yeah.
And it got like how many fucking views? I don't know. That thing blew up.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's because it got put on Reddit or something. So that one was pretty big. But then I don't know.
We started getting trolled then. Remember?
Yeah, it was the same troll on every one of our channels.
Me too. I mean, they went after everybody really, and to this day, that person still. Every day that I put a video up, doesn't matter what it is, just like it's like it's programmed with a bot or something. So, oh well. I guess I fulfill somebody's existence by having something to do every day by disliking me. They look forward to that.
Speaking of Doctor Who,
yes,
I was playing around with some story ideas before.
Okay.
I'll break it down to you.
Okay.
Alright. Just quickly gonna get this up. Alright, so I was coming up with this idea about. Now this is way forward thinking. I was thinking, what would you do for Doctor Who's 100th anniversary? Right. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. It's a long time away. So I was thinking what you do is you do a 10-part monthly series, 1 hour-long episode a month leading up to November, so January to October. Mm-hmm. And each episode, it'd be a series. It would be called Doctor Who but the thing, it'd be Doctor Who with a question mark. That would be the title of the series.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what it would be about is the lead character is a young psychologist, young female psychologist, male psychologist, whatever you want to, and basically the Doctor at the end of his life is standing on a bridge. He's about to jump off, and this young girl says, "What are you doing?" We're going forward to 2063 here anyway. The Doctor sits down with her, and he says, "I don't know how my life's led to this point. I think something in each one of my lives has led me to be in this state of mind. I need you to counsel me." So this girl, basically throughout the series, she counsels and is the psychologist to every single one of the Doctors throughout his life. Every Doctor we see in this counselling session, and basically they're towards the end of their generation, they're all saying, she's asking them what's going on, and basically at the end of each session, she records information about them. She gets photos of them. It's almost like a River Song diary, but it's a huge diary of the Doctor's life and what's wrong with him and how to solve his problems. And so you'd go through, and every Doctor would be talking about his life and would go to flashbacks and we'd see everything. So it would literally be at, like, celebrating 99 years of the show with this huge 10-part thing.
Right.
And then finally, in the end, the Doctor literally looks at the universe and says, "I've done everything I've needed to do. What more can I do here? I've saved everyone. Everyone knows me." And she or he reveals the name. We never hear it, though. And the universe knows the Doctor's name. And the Doctor says, "I think it's time for me to move on." And literally, the series ends. The Doctor basically goes in the TARDIS. He leaves this universe. So this universe, he leaves it behind forever. You shut it completely. And it's basically the 100th anniversary. It was a complete reboot. So the next 100 years of the show, you've got a clean slate, a fresh universe to go into. The Doctor crash lands. Like, there's no such thing as the Daleks or anything. Nothing exists yet. It's literally square one. But obviously, it's still the Doctor. He's experienced everything the Doctor's experienced. But it's a fresh start. So I was thinking as well, the Doctor literally leaves behind, or he can take with him, that kind of psychologist's journal of everything about the Doctor. But the thing is, the catch is, when the new show starts, it's called Doctor Who still, but the thing is, the Doctor doesn't know who he is. Why am I the Doctor? The Doctor doesn't remember. So literally, you jump into this whole thing about the Doctor learning everything about who he is and what he did. And I think if I was running the show, I would go very slow. Like, I'd introduce the Daleks in, like, season 6 or something. And I'd literally have the Doctor is almost like ambassador for the Khalids, the original Dalek race. He's almost befriends Davros, and he becomes an ambassador for them because they're always getting in trouble around the galaxy and the universes. And I think eventually it would hit a point where you'd actually show things go sour from the beginning. You'd actually see over the course of the show that Davros starts to turn, and the Doctor's like, "I can't let this happen again because I literally just fought the Daleks for 1 trillion years in the last universe."
Right.
And he tries to do something different with it. And I think you could just take, because it's literally a fresh start with him knowing everything he knows, but it's all there. Except there's no Time Lords, so there's no laws of time. It's literally just him.
With the TARDIS,
there's no sort of plot holes. There's no contradictions because nothing in that universe has anything to do with this.
Right.
But it's still the same old Doctor doing stuff. And
no Time Lords exist, but the Daleks exist.
Later. But the Cybermen could exist. How do you know the Master didn't jump through with him and he starts popping up again?
Right.
That's the thing, though. What you got to think about is that in 100 years, well, in 50 years now, obviously, or less even.
We're 54 years right now.
No one's in what is it, 40, 45 years now till the 100th.
It's like so 54 is 46 years, right? So the next.
Yeah. So just think about this, right? All of those original Doctor Who ideas, all the original aliens and planets, by 2063. No one is going to want to watch 1963 stuff that's black and white in that era.
Probably.
You know what I mean? it would be that dated by then. Like, it will be that old. You won't be able to watch it because it will be that dated with new technology. Like, it just won't be able to watch. So
Right.
you literally can just start the show again, but not start the show again because you literally have the Doctor who's done everything he's ever done, but the universe hasn't been through anything.
Yeah.
See, Russell T Davies tried to do it, but it didn't work because it's still in the same universe. The difference was that Gallifrey was destroyed. That was the only difference.
Yeah.
But it still
and then
was the
Moffat
same
got
universe.
all over the place, really, because he kind of messed
Moffat
up
clubbed the show
continuity.
with so much mess that he ruined the basic rules of time travel. So the Doctor as a character didn't make sense anymore because he was always so hell-bent, you can't interfere, and then it got to the point where it's like, oh,
when he wanted to
why
interfere,
not?
he can. And he also took the rules from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which was
Yeah.
a parody itself of Doctor Who, by the way.
But what's good about Doctor Who, it was literally, he was just an observer, and sometimes if something was a bit messy, he'd step in and go, no, we've got to fix that.
Yeah.
And sometimes if things were that bad, he'd go, okay, I have to step in. However, him stepping in was actually the reason why it did happen in the first place. Right. But when it was Moffat, the problem I had with the show was that it was such a mess, and he was so meta, like he was so self-referential about, and he was doing this post-structural stuff with the show, and he was trying to be all like millennial hip with it and trying to be like, wink, wink, we know the Doctor, the Daleks are silly, so we're going to have him fight them and do stupid stuff and act like they're silly because the audience thinks they're silly. He literally made it as if the show was winking at the audience every week saying, well, we've done that before, let's try something a bit different this time, we're going to subvert your expectations and just be silly now. And it got to the point where it's like, nah, this isn't Doctor Who anymore. It didn't feel like Doctor Who, it felt like a fairy tale with comedic characters who literally had no rules. There was no rules at all anymore. There was literally no rules. The Doctor could do anything. Like back in the day, if one person was going to die, like, you know what I mean? If there was one little incident, it was the biggest thing ever. The
like Adric died, it's over. I can't go save him. Why not? Because maybe his DNA made the human race. You know,
like it was
like
that
I
big,
joked around. I said we're all Adric.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
But time meant something. Like, to the Doctor, 5 seconds was important to him. And like when he was 900 years old, it was like, oh my god, 900 years, that's incredible that this character's that old. Then it's Moffat and it's like, oh no, he's 2 billion now. We just jumped forward 2 billion years and made him really old. It's like they just go, oh no, let's just make the numbers really big because I can think of big numbers. So let's just say the Doctor's been stuck here for 2 billion years. It's like, why is, like, nothing means anything. Instead of, like, literally a plot of a finale could be his companion dies or whatever, okay, but it also is the end of the entire freaking cosmos, but it's like, we don't care about that anymore. Like, classic Who wasn't that.
Yeah, with Moffat, it's like, when you ask a simple question, right, like, how old is the Doctor? Because of Moffat, you can't just say a number. You got to explain, well, he was in the confession dial for 4.5 billion years, but he actually only aged 3 weeks. So he's 2018.
And then Moffat goes, well, technically that's not really the Doctor because he actually died and got copied, and it's actually the copy of the Doctor who's there now.
Right. What? He said reverse of that, actually. He said that is really the Doctor. Yeah,
But the first one was a copy.
I don't know what he's talking about. But he also changed things up, too, because he says, oh, maybe the caretaker is not the Doctor. Maybe it's the moment. But
how convoluted was Gallifrey? Remember Gallifrey?
And then he says, but I like to think that, yes, that caretaker is the Doctor, that he can choose his face so far in the future that it's ridiculous. Yeah,
there's no rules anymore. There's no rules. It's like Star Wars with space physics. It's like there's no rules anymore. It's like, we'll just do whatever and we'll go, oh, it makes sense because the Doctor can do things, so let's just say that he could do this.
But here's the thing. Because of what Moffat's done, right, someone can show-run the store, I mean Doctor Who. They could show-run the show, and they could do like 10 years of Doctor Who just explaining what Moffat did in each episode. Because there's so many plot holes that it would take 10 years, probably.
But he did the problem was that all his ideas were the biggest idea ever, you know what I mean? Everything that happened in every episode affected the whole of time and space. Every moment ever was affected. every fucking time. It's like, remember season 6? The whole point of season 6 was so the Doctor could become more quiet and he could go back into the shadows again. Then season 7, episode 1, he's at the Dalek Parliament shouting at them all, "I'm the Doctor,"
Yeah,
and
who
everything.
Are you? And they're like, Doctor Who? Yeah.
I remember the time stream stuff, how complicated that was, and they didn't even explain how they got out. Remember that?
Yep.
They're just not, okay, whatever. Then there was the whole thing, like, where they kind of explained the death in heaven and dark water, how they were like dead, but they were dead people, but not everyone on Earth was dead.
And that started out really well, really good, and then it fell apart very quickly.
And then there was the worst one ever was the confession dial. That made no sense whatsoever. How he was stuck in a dial and he was cloning himself, but he came out and it was still the original him. And
well, how about Gallifrey? Gallifrey, they saved Gallifrey, but then they're stuck in a pocket universe, and how'd they get out?
Yeah, okay, so Gallifrey was frozen in a single moment in time that was protected by a time lock. No, it wasn't that. It was actually, it was shifted to another universe. Okay, that's a completely different idea. No, it's stuffed in a pocket universe. Okay, so that's another different idea. What the fuck is a pocket universe? That doesn't make any sense. What is a pocket universe?
Well, look about what the cracks were originally. Originally, the cracks were just to the prison with the Atraxi. Then it became that the cracks were from another universe. That the silence chased after the star whales, and it's like, wow, all these different universes breaking through. What's in that universe? Then you started thinking, oh my God, what if they explore that universe? What's that? Then they kept changing it. Then they're like, well, if you go through the crack, nobody remembers who you are, and you're erased from existence.
And then you're like, actually well, wait a minute. Gallifrey.
Right. Then the cracks became Gallifrey. Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, what?
But don't you? No, but this was Gallifrey. Literally, like, the logic behind it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like saying in Star Wars that the Force is this. No, the Force isn't actually that. The Force is actually just a magical egg that you eat, and it's like changing it. It's like, okay, so first of all, Gallifrey got frozen in a single moment of time. Okay, right. Then it was Gallifrey got shifted to a pocket universe. Then it was Gallifrey was in another universe. Then it was Gallifrey was at the end of our universe, just at the end of time.
Yeah, chilling.
And it's okay now. They pulled it out of the other universe. And
the sisterhood of Karn just so happened to travel there without any explanation.
And how embarrassing was it when they get to Gallifrey, the most advanced civilization on Earth, and there's one single farmhouse sitting outside the city, and it just happened to be where the Doctor lived as a kid.
And people are homeless, though, in Day of the Doctor. People wearing rags. That's your advanced civilization, by the way.
There's literally one city. There's one city, and out of the city is just dirt and one farmhouse, which was the Doctor's house. That's Gallifrey.
Yeah, but in Day of the Doctor, how many people were like? They said, "Screw the people." Remember how he said in the speech how advanced civilization is? They're not, because they have. It's the same thing like Earth.
But when you think of Gallifrey, like when you think of Gallifrey, you think of. I know you'd think of this too. You always think of like Coruscant from Star Wars. That's how you think of Gallifrey being. Just this huge city planet. Just the biggest city planet you could ever think of. A city. Yeah. The whole, with flying car. Not one building with a farmhouse on the outside. And it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, all the kids in like Earth clothes with dirt on their face, and the Doctor lived in a barn with some housekeeper. That was it. That was the whole house. A barn. They can travel anywhere in time and space, but he lived in a farm barn.
Well, explain this, right? You're in a time war, right? And you're from a civilization that invented the TARDIS, right?
Yeah.
So you should have, like, billions of TARDISes, right? So why aren't you hopping in a TARDIS and leaving?
Why in Series 9 weren't they hopping in a TARDIS and leaving?
I mean, you're just going to stay there like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Why can't you just go in a TARDIS and leave?
How come the Doctor can't go to, like, Mars, and he meets up with the Time War, and he's like, what's happening? Oh, tomorrow I'm meant to be going to the Time War. It's literally like, do you know how many millions of Time Lords were traveling over billions of years? And once the Time War happened, all of their past selves who were around before the Time War just disappear as well. But
And
all
he's
the
not allowed to
doctors,
go there. He's
yeah,
not allowed to go anywhere.
all
where
the
he can run.
doctors' past selves are still running around, but all the other Time Lords' past selves are disappeared. Like, because you know what I'm saying. Like in the year 2018, right on Earth, I'm sure Time Lords visited 2018 before they went to the Time War.
Mhm.
So why doesn't the Doctor bump into like the meddling monk just sitting on the London Bridge and go, "What's up?"
Well, what they said was, because they had to explain some things. They said that in a way, and I could be wrong. Remember how he left Susan behind
Yeah,
and was the Dalek invasion of Earth,
yeah,
right? Like that, because he's traveled through time so much that if he were to arrive there, it would be a different universe because he wouldn't be. He's changed history so much that he can never encounter. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. But look at in the series 1, where he talked about the fifth great galactic empire or something like that. Remember?
yeah.
He said how big they are, how crazy they are, and the Daleks erased it. Remember that? Like
Yeah.
that. Like it never happened.
But like, say if you change time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say if right now I'm talking to you and I disappear and I change your life when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be a different person, right? So you're going to be like a punk rocker. However, is the you that's sitting here right now, are you affected, or do you just stay as you are and there's a different version of you that's changed?
There's another universe created.
So you stay as you are, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen to this. This is my thing with this is a different though. You know, in Back to the Future.
Yeah.
You know when he goes home at the end, that's not his real parents who gave birth to him. They're an alternate parents that gave birth to a different Marty.
Yeah.
Well, they are, aren't they?
Well,
they didn't give birth to him specifically because he's been in the future and in the past. So when he gets home, they may look like his parents, but they're not the ones who gave birth to him because they gave birth to the Marty that just ran off to the future.
It could be because it's also too. Like it's a funny thing you should say that. I was in Doctor Who magazine way back when, doing a whole explanation about Marty from the future, like how his existence and different things. So it all depends on who you really ask. I mean, to them they might say, "Oh no, it is," but it's like a rip. In other words, it could be like a ripple. Could be that all this stuff happens
in one universe.
It could be a thing that it takes a while to catch up to him. Like if he stopped time traveling.
No, but what you're saying before is that with time, whenever you make a change, it creates an alternate universe.
Well,
right?
I'm saying not Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Laws. I'm saying
because Back to the Future. Well, Back to the Future did because remember with Biff with the Almanac, it created an alternate 1985.
Mm-hmm.
So when Marty goes home in the original Back to the Future, right at the end, that's an alternate 1985 as well.
Well, technically, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not really his parents.
Well, no, it's not. It's not an alternate 1985. It's kind of it's a little blip or a little ripple. It's not enough.
A tiny little change.
It's not enough to change the entire, like a very small change, But it had to be changed, I guess, because then he already affected it.
Yeah, no, that's just what I've always thought while watching it. Like he may be going home to his family, but at the end of the day, it's no different between Jackie Tyler and Pete from the other universe.
That's why he was phasing, because when he phased back, that should have been part of his history. In other words, that is the real 1985, but like his memories will catch up to him. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's what's supposed to happen, really.
Yeah, because it feels like
he was phasing, and his picture was phasing, meaning that Marty would be phased out, and then when he reappeared, it would be that Marty from that reality.
The new Marty appears, basically.
But technically, because he's a time traveler, he probably would have both memories, technically.
Like, that's what I've never understood. It's the same thing with X-Men Days of Future Past. Remember when Wolverine goes back to the future
at
the end?
That. Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't remember the current timeline. Because
the thing is that Professor X has to...
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying to you right now. You know the Wolverine who was in that timeline? When he went to sleep that night and woke up the next morning, did he die in his sleep and the new Wolverine woke up in his place?
No, he merged. They merged because he fixed it. So that's why he's going to have to do some psychic surgery there.
But we're never going to see that.
Well...
Well, he's dead now.
Well, no. If you, I mean, I know we're doing Doctor Who, but if you remember what we talked about, the X-Men showrunners for the movies
Yeah.
did not sign off on Logan. In fact, they made it perfectly clear that their vision of Days of Future Past is the future, and they're not too happy with this guy saying it went to hell 2 years later. So Logan is an alternate timeline.
But I'm happy. I'm comfortable with that being the end, though.
It's not though. But it's not. But it's an alternate timeline.
Well, if Marvel reboots it, it's the end anyway.
Well, I mean, again, trying to keep it with Doctor Who, but if Wolverine
appears, all the same.
I know. If Wolverine appears again, he should appear in the Incredible Hulk movie, and that's how we should start, just like the comic, and then take it from there. I think I would do that.
That's
anyway.
Smart thinking.
I would have him in the snow with the Wydingo, with Wolverine. They're fighting to the death. It's like unbelievable battle, the greatest battle in history on screen. And then they have to stop because of the Wydingo.
As long as it's not too much CGI like Black Panther.
It'll be incredible. And then, that's it. And then all of a sudden he's just, there you go. Take it from there. But as far as Doctor Who goes, look.
How are you feeling right now with Doctor Who?
Well, I like to understand how, on one hand, you're telling me that, it's just business as usual. She's the doctor, the same doctor we know. She's going to save everything. There's no agenda here. But then you put the female symbol in the logo. And then you cut the D also.
Have you had any updated thoughts since the logo came out?
Yeah. I mean, I think, and in fact, the amount of women that are on our cast are against it. A lot. The majority. Because they feel it's a gimmick.
Yeah, I was there for that, but after that, has there been anything else that's happened?
Well,
any episode updates?
We got an update that, how we were saying, Chibnall should really have women writing for a female doctor?
Yeah.
Now Chibnall's got women writing for a female doctor.
Okay. So
and
there's
now,
been no more,
Daleks
or anything?
Well, the episodes now are, the women are writing the doctor dealing with women stuff. So it's like, we're going to get, and who would have ever expected, a 2-part Rosa Parks?
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
We're not.
Yes, we are.
Not 2 parts.
2 parts.
What happened to the Russell T Davies 2-parter?
Listen, not only that, but you got our whole family in it, too. So, you got a 2-part that, then you also got the Salem witch trials.
The what?
Yeah, meaning they're going to burn the doctor at the stake, which that's going to be interesting.
Oh my god, this is going to be so bad.
So your whole vision of what this thing was going to be is not what it's going to be. Remember how you were like, this is fantastic. This is what's going to happen.
I was picturing, like Torchwood meets The Strain, meets Stranger Things. Torchwood meets Stranger Things with Broadchurch, with something really kind of contemporary and deep, something with deep science fiction. Like, I was thinking of like a modern, like Blade Runner, Doctor Who. But guess what? It sounds like. Do you know what it actually sounds like? And don't laugh. Like. Yeah. Don't laugh. It sounds like the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Oh no, it's Sarah Jane Adventures was great. You know what this is?
Yeah, no, but you know how it was like with the heaps of kids as her companions, like, you know what I mean? With the silly monsters and the silly plot sometimes.
Oh yeah, I really don't want to. We had a rumor that the Zygons would be in the Rosa Parks episode, and I'm like, oh my god, don't even tell me that, which we don't know for sure.
The Zygons are terrible. We
don't know. But I want to say, you know what it's going to be like? Because here's the thing. Aren't they going to have episodes where he's going to have to figure out...
Ghostbusters?
No, aren't they going to... No, listen. Aren't there going to be episodes where he's going to have to figure out how it is to be a woman, not just he's instantly a woman? I bet you this whole season...
playing with their boobs and stuff?
Listen, I bet you this whole season's going to start off with a companion. Maybe the African-American guy would be like, you can't travel to the past. You're a woman now. Things were differently back then. She'd be like, what? I'm the doctor. I can go wherever I want. And then it's going to be like, let's just jump right into every place that she can't go as a woman in the past, and it's
So it's going to be like, it's going to be like Bill was a lesbian again, where they have to keep
it's going to be
mentioning
her shouting at the top of her lungs, "I'm the doctor," and you're like, "You're a woman. What's wrong with being a woman?" And then she has to get educated. And then I said it, they're going to start off an episode where she's tied to the stake with all the companions except one, and they're going to say something to her like, "You had to like go here. You had to start talking about women stuff, whatever," right?
What happens when she shows the what happens when she shows the psychic paper? Is it going to be John Smith still?
No, it's going to probably say Jane Smith.
Oh, they're going to change it. I hate it when they change it.
Well, you can't say Jane Smith. They're going to confuse with Sarah Jane Smith. Well,
and then they're going to say, "Well, why are you changing it for a woman? That's sexist."
Yeah.
It has to be John Smith. And she's going to fall in love with a female companion. That's going to be another promotion for LGBT community.
There should be no love whatsoever.
Why is there so much politics involved with Doctor Who?
That's what I want to know.
Same with Star Wars. It's just all too political now. Like you go to the movies and TV to escape. You go there to be in another world.
We just talked about this last night. Did you watch our cast?
You don't go there to be reminded of the political problems going on in the world now.
We just said this last night on a cast.
If Doctor Who was going to be a woman, you should have done it before it was just cool to be a feminist, before it was all about being socially correct. Like, if Doctor Who was going to be a woman, they should have done it 5 or 6 years ago, before it was all about political correctness. Now it's like they're doing it because they feel like they have to do it.
Well, let me ask you a question. Now I'm going to ask you the ultimate question, which I guess started this guy's comment to me. They're putting out box sets of Doctor Who, classic Doctor Who, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
So Tom Baker's box set has the female symbol and a female logo of Doctor Who. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. This is why this guy is going to be unsubscribing to me. Like, oh my God, I don't understand how you're so No, dude, you don't put over a logo. You understand?
What if it's not a woman's symbol? What if it's literally just an effect?
No, it's a woman. No, it's a woman. No, it's a woman's symbol. Yeah.
Hey, say what you want though. I know you don't like the logo, but that box set looks pretty cool. Like
it's amazing, but
the content.
You saw it with the logo though?
Yeah.
No, I'll show it to you right now.
New special features though.
Look at that though. Come on. Why do you have that logo on there? When did they ever put Matt Smith's TARDIS logo on Tom Baker stuff?
Never.
Did they ever put Capaldi's logo or any of the new Who logo on the classic stuff?
That's going to be that's literally going to be the logo for all Doctor Who now for years. They're going to change
even the old stuff.
Yeah, look, they've already done it.
That's horrible. That's horrible. You can't do that, man.
What's wrong with the old logo for classic Who?
You're putting in that he's a female. And he's not a female there. Come on. It's stupid.
Tom Baker, he does look like a woman a bit.
Oh, stop.
He looks like the bird lady from Home Alone 2.
Oh, come on, damn it. Come on. Jesus, I knew you were going to say something like that.
But come on, the content's good inside the disc. It's pretty good.
But let me ask you a question, right? I bought them all when they were on VHS. I bought them all when they were on DVD. I bought them on DVD, right? Why do we have to keep... And I understand it looks nice, right? But it looks nice if you wake up in the morning and you look over, you're like, oh, that looks nice, right?
Listen, I'm a minimalist. I don't believe in buying lots of stuff because eventually it all outdates and you got to get rid of it anyway.
Correct.
Right? That's why I'm actually a big fan of digital collections because you can just keep it all on a computer and a storage and you can keep watching it for years.
Right.
The thing about Blu-ray right now, I don't buy Blu-ray. I buy 4K discs now. So why would I go out and buy a Doctor Who Blu-ray collection that's just starting when Blu-ray is going to be dead in 5 years anyway?
Yes.
So by the time that Sylvester McCoy's last season comes out on Blu-ray, Blu-rays will be dead. So why would you collect an older kind of format?
Because BBC is behind.
That's the thing, though. Like, it's going to take about 8 years to release all of these box sets. Like, imagine if today they announced they were going to start releasing them on DVD. You'd go, why would I do that when DVDs are out? Like, why would I start buying them now? Like, you just know that you're going to have no use for them by the time that they stop coming out.
I mean, of all people, I probably would buy them again.
Like,
and
you
again
like
and again and again.
collecting. I know you like collecting. But the
Besides
thing is
watching,
like,
yeah.
by the time you actually have your full collection, it'll be rendered useless by the time you have the
Correct.
collection.
But this is what always happens. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, how could you not get it? I have them already. Like,
I think it's our fault as the consumer for giving them more money and actually saying, yeah, we want more of this. Because the more people that buy it, you're just going to be saying we want more.
yeah,
But I think it's good. I don't know why they never released full seasons as sets.
they should have.
Like stories.
That's a fantastic
I
idea.
had to pay $30 for one 4-episode story. Like, what the hell?
30. Some were like 50, 60, 80.
Yeah, but
You
like,
should
look at
try
the quality.
buying Genesis at
Look at the
$1
quality of 70s Doctor Who. Like, it's
Yeah.
not worth $30 for 4 episodes.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be on a $2 rack, surely. Like, it's that old and dated. Like, you can't tell me that Star Wars: A New Hope is cheaper than Pyramids of Mars on Blu-ray. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
However, the special features are good, and I get the BBC and all that don't have much money, so they obviously need the fans to chip in to help them to support the show and actually pay for the DVDs to get
Wouldn't
made.
they have no money because they keep cutting back Doctor Who in the first place? I mean, wouldn't they make more money if they just made what they're supposed to make, or even more?
Yeah. We really don't get Doctor Who very often, do we?
No, we don't.
The amount of time we talk about it, we don't get much on TV. Like, for the last however many years we've done it, we've probably got, 30 episodes since we've been talking about it on here?
I mean, this is why, when I'm trying to explain this comment to this person, right? This person makes it like my whole channel, right? Is if Doctor Who, like, I would have no channel, right? Didn't I plan ahead, like, years ago? Because they were cutting back Doctor Who so much, and I said I think back in 2013, right? And I'm saying, well, there's going to come a time where Doctor Who's, we need to have all our cast members have another outlet to talk about something else. And I invented the Everything Show, which we have more Everything shows than we have Real Whovians cast because...
Do you?
Yeah, because there's times... What are you going to talk about every time? Oh, the Doctor wears a new hat. We don't even get no in.
I know what you're saying. Like, I'm sure that there's more of everything in the world than one specific TV show.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, right now to do a cast, right? We did a cast that was like 2-3 minutes long for a joke because I'm like, we found out Alan Cummins is in Doctor Who. We announced it. That's it. Thanks. Bye. Because
is he?
Yeah, Alan Cummins is going to be King James the First.
In what, series 11?
Yeah.
Is he the one from Spy Kids?
He's going to be a recurring villain.
Well, he's from Spy Kids, isn't he?
And he's from The Mask 2.
Mr. Floop.
Yeah, Mr. Floop, yeah, I remember.
Your kids would have watched that, surely.
They did!
Yeah.
I took them to see that movie.
Oh, I love that. Back on topic, though.
No, but the thing is that right now with Chibnall, we don't got any information. So am I going to do a cast just to show her taking a picture with a fan? I mean, there's no info. It's like Selling Witch Trials, and you get nothing.
They just dropped a video as well. They just put a video out
Today?
This morning. See it? Yeah, it was all female actresses saying why it's.
Oh, because yesterday was Women's Day. They're a little behind. Yeah. Sorry. Why didn't you do it the day of Women's Day? Yeah. And not the day after? But okay.
I like Jodie Whittaker as a choice, as I've said before. Like, I think if you were going to do a female Doctor, she's probably one of the better female actresses you should have got to do it.
Listen, I'm warming to her. Someone sent me a video of her performing with Christopher Eccleston, and I say this many times. The moment I saw her act like that, I'm like, oh, she's going to do fantastic. And I changed my tune, and I even did casts on it.
I do just think, I've told you this from day one, Chibnall wants a David Tennant type Doctor. She's going to have the personality of David Tennant. I guarantee it. It's going to be brilliant all the time, stuff like that.
But it is amazing. It is amazing, though, that they wanted Alan Cummings first.
Yeah, I haven't even... What is this supposed to be?
They asked him to be the Doctor, and that was true.
Did they?
Yeah. And he says, well, you changed the filming, right? It's not like 8-10 months out of the year, right? They're like, no. He's like, oh, hell no.
So they wanted Alan Cumming as the Doctor?
Yes.
What, 13th or 12th?
13th.
When did you hear this?
He put it out there.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
When was that?
It's all over. It's all over.
How do you go? Answer me this. How do you go from Alan Cumming to Jodie Whittaker as your second choice? Like you're writing the script for a certain doctor.
This is what I'm talking about. And
this is what I'm saying. There's no focus. Like you're writing the script for one doctor, and then it's Alan Cumming, but then it's like, oh no, Jodie, you read the same lines. Well, hello everyone.
And people are like, and some people are like, you know, they're not thinking. They pay them what, $275,000 a year?
Is that it?
Right. So this guy is making millions of dollars a year. Millions, because he's
a stand-up comedian, isn't he?
Right. And he's doing movies, and he's doing The Good Wife, I think, and he's doing whatever, right? So
he does audio books.
Right. So you want him to just not make millions of dollars a year, film for 10 months, which if it's not 10 months, the other 2 months he's at like Comic-Con or whatever, right? So for the whole year, which is probably years, like 3 years of his life, you want him to lose millions of dollars, right? And of course, Capaldi said, "Yeah, okay, I'll lose millions of dollars. I'm a Doctor Who nut fan, like you know."
And then the show turned out to be terrible,
right? But the thing is, like, he sacrificed his money in his career, right? But not everybody could do that, right? So I was like, "No." You started laughing.
That's whenever they announce stuff like this. We've always been like this. Whenever there's rumors of a high-level actor being in Doctor Who, we always laugh it off and don't even mention it. Like when they said Tilda Swinton was going to be the Doctor, it's like, yeah, Tilda. I'm sure Tilda Swinton, an Oscar-nominated actress, is going to be the fucking Doctor.
Right. Yeah.
She got paid how many million for Doctor Strange, and she's going to get paid $275,000 for 10 months of filming.
Didn't we talk about how Matt Smith was like loving being the Doctor, and then he did that shitty movie. What was it, like the Cold Womb or something with Eva Green?
That was bad. No, remember the one he did?
No, but wait, let me finish. And he made, for filming for 6 weeks, right? He made like years worth of Doctor Who salary.
Yeah.
For one shitty movie. Wait, and then his eyes went like this. And it's like, oh, I can leave Doctor Who and I can do this.
And then he didn't get anywhere.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, because they pay so freaking little, and also they offer General Louise Coleman an extended contract before him. And a raise.
What? But why do you think all of these TV actors just go to Comic-Cons now? Because, like, they make more money there than when they're on TV.
They do. Listen, this is a strategy, and I'll tell you why. There's going to come a time when they're going to be old, and they're not going to be able to do stuff. So if they show their face now and they do the Comic-Cons and Comic-Cons, then they'll be like all these actors that's all they do, and they make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes or no?
Just going to cons.
Yes or no? Is it a sign of being a washed-up actor going to cons?
No, not now. That's changed.
Now, yeah, I guess Benedict Cumberbatch and that go to cons, don't they?
Yeah, no, they changed that whole dynamic. That's like, look at how they said you can never wear a same dress as an actress, but the one that made one of the awards or whatever, she's like, I'm wearing this dress 3 times. Who cares? Yeah. It's changed. Everything's changed.
So it's not like it's not like 2000s Mark Hamill where he was fat and he was like doing nothing.
You could be the most famous person in existence and you could be at a con.
I'm actually shocked at how famous Mark Hamill has become in his 60s. Like, Mark Hamill was nothing since the 80s. Now he's got like 3 million followers. He's in like good health. Everyone loves him. He's in the headlines. It's like, it's never too late to turn your life around, is it?
No, not at all.
Never too late.
It's never too late. And you know, just that's why, like, the way I see things with me, right? I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. I say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to set this thing up. I believe anything's possible.
I think it's time we launched a new cast.
A new cast?
The Sign cast for Seinfeld episode discussions.
Well, supposedly that might be coming back too.
Oh, have you seen Seinfeld?
I've just always watched that.
You've seen every episode?
Not every. I'm not that. Sharon's more of a fan than I am.
Oh,
I'm not.
Yes, me and Sharon Sign cast. Get it going.
Yeah, I'm not like Doctor Who with Seinfeld. No, I mean I've watched it if it's on, but don't tell me. I was
at the gym before, and my gym soundtrack is the Danny Elfman Spider-Man theme when I'm going. That is a good thing.
Listen, when I'm walking to work, I'll either play that or I'll play. I like Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
I like the Man of Steel. I'll play that theme when I'm
Great
walking.
theme.
Yeah, I
Great
play all
theme.
different stuff when I'm walking. I'm like all the stuff, and even when I had my cars, I had the Wrath of Khan soundtrack blasting when I'd be driving, and I'd be at the highway like, and I'm dun. I'd be driving the car, and people are like, "What the hell's going on?" Like,
don't you think that as a New Yorker, as a New York man of New York culture, growing up your whole life in New York, don't you think that they've never captured the city as well as they have in the Raimi Spider-Man movies?
I love the Raimi Spider-Man movies.
How good were they?
Right? And there's a rumor that he's coming
I'm calling
back.
bullshit. No way.
No. Listen, we live in
How
a world where anything's possible.
Without Tom Holland Spider-Man?
Anything's possible.
Well, actually, you want to hear the truth?
They could do a Spider-Verse with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, here's your answer. You know that new animated movie coming out?
Oh, that sucks.
Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in it.
Yeah, but that sucks.
Yeah, but it's the Spider-Verse where they come back through the portals, the whatever.
Their Spider-Man?
I think so. It's supposed to be their Spider-Man coming back. It could be a good way to close it off.
No, because Miles Morales is the leader, which is stupid.
But just thinking about it, that Raimi trilogy is so good. It ends on a sad note of him dancing in the club with Mary Jane. Like, all these comic elsewhere timelines, I'm not going to go off topic for too long, but I'm saying all these elsewhere timelines in comics, how can they never continue movie franchises that die in the comics? How come we can't get Spider-Man 4 as a Marvel comic?
Well, they've done that with X-Men 90s cartoon. They did it in the comics. They did do that.
They continued it. Well, remember they did Smallville? They did Smallville continued.
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing.
Doctor Who does it.
I don't understand in this day and age with the idea of multiverses why we can't just have Sam Raimi Spider-Man 4 at the same time as Tom Holland's Homecoming 2 or whatever. I don't understand why people are not.
Well, it was that was the original idea for Civil War, was that Tony Stark was going to go to a high school and there was going to be a teacher, and it was going to be Peter Parker or Tobey Maguire as the teacher.
Right, and that would have been better.
You would have bawled like a baby in the cinema, crying of excitement.
Oh yeah, I would have.
And then the music starts up again.
Yep.
Oh,
tell me that would have made $2 billion. That movie, if Tobey Maguire was back.
I don't know how they didn't do that. Like, it's so easy because Spider-Man 3 literally takes place before the MCU even starts, so you can just say he retired since then. It's so easy.
Say he's married to Mary Jane, and
you could literally say at Spider-Man 3, he kills Venom, he forgives Sandman, and then he retired right then. And then Iron Man came out, and it literally makes sense.
Yeah.
But let's jump back to Doctor Who.
Yes, please. Close it out.
Oh, stuff the fans. There's been 2,000 episodes. They can cop a bit of Spider-Man for a minute. They can cop it.
But like going back to the comments, this day and age, people get annoyed over the stupidest things. I'm going to subscribe to you because I'm angry at this one episode that you've done out of 6,000 videos. Unsubscribe.
You've got thick skin to be able to live on the internet this long.
Yeah.
Do you know how everyone's analyzing everything on the internet?
Yes, you can't say crap anymore.
Yeah, but everything, even your facial movements get analyzed to see if you're a sociopath or someone tries to read.
Even my polo shirts and stuff too.
Yeah.
And that time I put gel in my hair, when people freaked out.
People literally analyze how you move, how you talk.
Yes. People lost their shit when I put gel in my hair. I got more comments than the whole entire year when I had gel in my hair. I cannot believe people lost it. And I don't know what the hell.
Someone could take all your comments out of context from different videos and make you into some sort of
monster
freak show. Just some freak show. And because people on the internet, they see a headline and that's what they believe. They'd see that and for the rest of their life they wouldn't even know you or your videos. They'd go, "Oh, he's that weird guy who did this." That's it.
Yep.
Because that's the internet. It's literally attention span of nothing. People have a 4-second attention span. They quickly look at things here and there. And those that aren't doing that are over-analyzing everything and literally being so far intellectual, which they're not. They're just people who use big words on Google.
They're intellectually deficient. Because this guy's commenting like he's watched every single Real Whovians cast. Well, no, you didn't, because if you did, you see that people afford Jodie Whittaker on our show. Not, it's not just a one-sided thing. But
well, maybe at the same time though, he might be generally upset. I don't know. Like we'll think about it from that point of view. He could be a troll. There's that possibility.
I mean, he has 5 subscribers. Not that he has to have a YouTube channel.
He could be a fan who's actually hasn't watched every episode. He's only seen here and there.
Well, he said he's a fan from 2012. But here's the thing. If you're really a fan and what I've done upset you so much, wouldn't you take steps to reach out to communicate with me personally rather than make a scene on the YouTube channel? And I think that's the whole thing. Anybody could reach me any different way in this technology. We have the Real Whovians Cast Interactive Facebook page. You could, if you really wanted to reach me, you could reach me. Yeah. Really. Any which way.
Ring you when you're asleep.
Right. And as anybody could attest, I will talk to you. Like, I'm not one of those, I don't know who this person is. I communicate with everybody. So.
You're not hard to contact.
No. Not
I remember when I wanted to do the cast years ago, I literally sent you one message or something, and I said, I want to do this, and you went, yep, sure, Skype.
Yep. Okay, man.
It was easy as shit. It's not hard. Yeah.
So if anybody really has a gripe, like Matrixlord, because the other day I wore this shirt, and it was ridiculous. And Zarin shirt.
Hey, they were the good old days, though, back in 2013. You'd literally, this is how it was. You'd log into Skype, all the boys would be on, everyone. There'd be like 50 people on. Everyone would be in a big group chat chatting away. You had Sammy Carter, you had Michael Shannon, you had Beefhead, you had Matt Edwards, you had all the classics. And then, who else did you have?
A lot.
Dr. Freedom was in there. Doctor Who Bob. There were so many people, and you just all chat away. You'd do your casts. There'd be like 40 people sometimes trying to get in a call, and like then one person got mad, so 10 people would follow them away. Then another person got mad, so they dropped off. We had
the Whovian too, where just of course.
Look, the one thing I've always
said. Thank you, David
Aston. No. The one thing I've always said is that there was a big misunderstanding with Sammy Carter behind the scenes, and someone tricked Sammy into thinking we were all
David Aston. Thank you, buddy. No, I know,
No, literally, because none of us did anything to Sammy. Someone convinced him. Yeah. I literally made him living the dream stories. I made the show for him to make it better.
And I filmed for him too.
Yeah. That's the one thing. Yeah.
But the thing that lit the fuse, I don't like to talk about this that much because then people are like, oh, whatever. But it was like the first strike. You know when you're having a war?
Yeah.
And somebody shoots like the nuclear missile to somebody? He hit my channel. And I couldn't do videos for 24 hours. And I'm like, holy because just imagine. And people are like, oh, it's a YouTube channel. It's not. No, this is not a YouTube channel. This is Matrixlord212's channel with thousands of videos and years of my life.
Once you get 2 strikes, you're not getting a warning for the 3rd. You're gone. You're gone.
I had to do a Real Whovians cast on another channel. And while this was happening, my whole group, like at the time, they seized the opportunity to just do their own,
Yeah.
It was like, wow, what a slap in the face. But the thing is, look, bygones be bygones now, who's upstanding, who's not, but whatever. I mean,
the one thing that I've always dwelled on and always thought that I'd want to fix is I've always wanted to like talk to Sammy and fix things with Sammy and have him talk to Sammy, because me and Sammy, when we used to chat and stuff, it was so much fun. Like, he would make me laugh my head off.
I've tried too, but you know what? You can't reach him.
No, you can't. Whenever he hears from us, he just blocks us and runs away because he just won't listen to us. Listen, I don't know.
I'm an open-minded person. I've tried, but you know what? His mind's made up. But you know what? The funny thing is, the people that were part of that, pushing him away from me, saying, "Oh, how could you do this?" Because when I gave him a straw, like whatever, they whipped him more than I could ever do anything in history. But it was okay then, because to them it was like whatever. So they did him dirty.
It's hard because it is on the internet. That's the problem as well. People can literally manipulate anyone they want. And I think the thing with Sammy was he was very vulnerable to people changing his opinions and telling him things. And what I was trying to do, I tried to help him with his show to get it going, get more views, and we did pretty well with those first few
until
episodes.
you had like an exam or two that you actually had to do your schoolwork.
Yes.
And then somebody convinced them to fire you from your Living the Dream story.
Yeah.
Which I got pissed
they
about.
stole my music and all of my title sequences, and it's like, Sammy, I would have given it to you, just ask. Like, and then he's like, nope, and he blocked me. And it's like, behind the scenes, I was trying to like teach Sammy how to like deal with the haters, and like I produced his albums for him and everything.
I know.
So I don't know. It's a shame.
But it's not just that though. It's like, he striked people's channel down, and then it's like, well, I don't give you permission to use my likeness for Living the Dream, which I had that choice. I mean, why should I have my face pop up on their stuff promoting them when they almost took my channel down?
Yeah.
But of course, people turned it into, you're attacking and, this type of person and this and how did... No, I'm not. And it's funny how that's over with now, and there's some people that are not... you get to see who's really standing after that war. But who comes back to my show?
Yeah.
The one who started the whole... apologizing and everything. So it's like, and it's just a miscommunication.
How many of us on the show now... how many of us now on the show are actually been around for ages? I know Glory has been around for ages.
You have Vaughn was
around. Is Carol around?
No, but there's some people like that don't want to be around. Like Ronnie doesn't like Doctor Who now, so she don't want to.
True. I guess
it's not necessarily me. It's the fact that people are leaving the show too, and they don't want.
I'm happy to always pop in though and pop out whenever there's something going on.
Listen, it's not a thing where I never understood why people would. I mean, people come back sometimes too,
Yeah.
I never said you can't come, like, certain people. They just have this thing, oh my God, I don't want to do your cast after that war thing, which is stupid.
The thing
and there's guidelines with that too,
I've never had a problem with anyone.
But there's guidelines with the Whovian Tube War too, though. It's like, I can't appear on Matrixlord's cast, but I can appear on someone else's cast.
It was getting silly. That was the thing, though, is that when all that shit went on, I didn't take anyone's side. So literally, half of them stopped talking to me because I was on your show, but it's like, I don't get what's going on. Like, I didn't understand anything happening.
Some of them tried to lie to, like, say, Chris or whatever, and saying that their show was the Real Whovians cast.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. And it's like, what? So...
I'm indifferent to it all. I was just coming on YouTube to talk about Doctor Who. That was it. I just want to talk about a TV show, and it all turned into drama. But at the end of the day, like, I've never had, like, personal drama with anyone unless someone goes, why are you on that show? And then they don't talk to me. So it's like...
Oh, please. That war got so ugly. People were threatening and...
Oh, that was bad.
People got personal.
With you and Sharon, that was bad. That was real bad.
People got...
What was that, 24? Was that 2014, 2013?
It was 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17.
I remember after... I think it was like... It was like New Year's Eve, 2013 into 2014.
I had people calling my job.
Yeah.
I had people trying to get me fired from my job.
I don't know how'd they get your number and stuff?
Because they would find out, and that's the scary thing about the internet. They would find out where you would work, and then they would do it. And it was the most, and I got to tell you, people know me and how good of a worker I am and what a good person I am, and they actually didn't believe, that, all these lies that were spread about me. But to think someone's that grimy to do that, and try to affect someone's life. Like this day and age, people, they don't like a video. They want to destroy you. Like they want you homeless. They want you like, oh my God. I've never in my life.
It's all fun for them. They enjoy it.
Listen, I used to get really mad where I want to be vindictive too, and I would say shit like I'm gonna do, and I didn't do shit. I would say, oh, I'm gonna call. When I had all those punk kids like trying to call my job and call this and get me fired, and I'm like, I'm gonna call your parents and I'm gonna call your school. I never did that, but then they make stupid casts like I did. But like the only thing that ever happens when Sammy striked me, I striked him back. Remember? But
that was a drama and a half, wasn't it?
but then those people turned on him anyway. So you hypocrite.
I was getting stuff like that though. I was getting people like sending me weird messages all the time and like taking my photos.
Let me tell you something. Trolls manipulated the show so much that the women now don't show their picture really on air.
I don't.
And some of them created fake names because they don't want them to know their real names and different things because you can't trust these people. You know, like what they'll do with your image. It's like ridiculous. So the internet gets a scary place. It gets a scary place, and it's still a scary place. It's still you still have people. I still have people out there that do that. I still have people.
It's not what it was though, and I think the fact
I have people honestly. And to me, anybody that does this is a lowlife, like in the worst form. Because you don't like my YouTube channel, you found out my girlfriend's last name, you contact her to break up with me. Wow,
that was weird.
They contacted her. They contacted her mother.
Yeah.
They tried to contact my kids. They tried to contact my family members, my sister.
Yeah, I remember.
Like what? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? You imagine if they
don't have lives. That's what you got to realize. They literally sit on the computer.
Do you imagine if I let that get to me and I sought revenge, like seriously, and did the same thing back that they did to me? How bad that would be? So
Matrixlord and the Mafia coming after the
Jesus Christ,
the Godfather,
Joe Gotts.
Yeah, that's the problem. There was just so much drama. That's why I kind of phased out and I wasn't on as regular as I used to be. There was probably like a 2-year period where I dropped off.
Let me tell you something. I don't really add people to Facebook anymore from YouTube. And it's nothing personal, but it's just I don't need you to have access to my family members' pictures. And after we had bad experience with some people on our show that I never expected, putting pictures of my dead relatives and memes, that I just lost all respect, and I'll never.
I don't know how you put up with half the shit you've put up with, though.
It's a good thing I wasn't rich because I'd probably go find the person beat the crap. But it's I probably would like Kevin Smith, and then everybody was talking about them. They went to their house. Remember, they spent all their millions to beat them up. Yeah. No,
I'm planning on coming to the old NYC at some point, though.
Well, Jacob came that time.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. I bumped
into him. Yeah,
that doesn't count. And you saw him for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
If I came, I'd be down there for a while. I'd actually come out and do some videos and stuff, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I went out of my way because he was around, and then let's meet up. But I have to work too. And it was like then all of a sudden his parents thought that I was. What if I'm a mass murderer like Jason Voorhees? They're like me. All right.
Yeah.
So then I had to go to his
who's this guy? Kept following us.
Meanwhile, who's trolling who? But anyway. And so I wanted him going to his hotel, and then met him down in the lobby with the security upstairs. So the Matrixlord's not going to do anything to you. I mean, why would you think I would do anything to you? Maybe because you stole family images and you trolled and you attacked. Nah, but it wasn't like that. I forgive and forget half the times. Sometimes I
imagine
don't.
That though, coming out to the old NYC, the big killer.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Or you come down to Australia.
I know. That would be nice if I had time. And
I'm living out near the beach now, so it's good down here. Yeah.
And you're a lot older when you started.
I'm almost 22 anymore. This year.
Yeah. You got a whole life for yourself.
I'll have I'll be a teacher, and I'll be a teacher next year.
Look at that. Yeah. Wow. Very proud of you. You've come a long way.
Well, from the old, the days of Modern Age Nerd with my big hair and my Doctor Who posters on my walls. I had heaps of Doctor Who t-shirts. I was a full dork, but I was a hot dork. The girls were like, look at this guy in his Doctor Who shirt. What a stunner.
I still have my Doctor Who stuff in the bedroom.
There's only a few guys who can pull off wearing a gold chain, a backwards cap, and a Doctor Who t-shirt.
Sounds like a new character. No, I'm just kidding.
It sends some mixed messages to people.
Yeah, I know. It does.
Yeah.
Certain things burn people the wrong way, though.
Don't fuck with Doctor Who fans. They're very intense.
Yeah. Just like me, gonna remind myself about this comment every single year.
Yeah, you get some shocking ones sometimes. This one's kind of tame. I don't know how to take it really. I just think maybe they're just sick of negativity. You get in brain sort of phases where you kind of, some things affect you differently. Like some days I get pissed at Star Wars and don't want to hear about it. Other days I'm keen and thinking about it. Like,
right, like I'd be pissed at The Last Jedi, but then I'd be happy about Episode 9. You know, it's like whatever.
I watched Force Awakens again today.
I love that. That was good.
It was good.
It was good. And I still have my VHS where Han shot first. So there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
I've still got my Star Wars fact file. It's all these so much Star Wars stuff, so much Doctor Who stuff.
Yeah.
I wish I kept all my Doctor Who magazines. I chucked them out.
No, I have everything.
I had
a
hundreds
closet
of issues.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I collected
all right.
for years.
In closing, yes, I lost a subscriber today. Oh well, but I'll probably gain
find a
more.
new one tomorrow.
There you go. Or today, who knows? So yes, still loving Doctor Who. I'm going to be beginning my journey now to work. But before work, I have to do some pit stops.
Oh, you got work?
Yeah, but I gotta go to the thing in the city because I gotta do stuff with Spider-Man.
What time do you start? Like 10 o'clock?
It's not a set thing. I have to put in. I only have to put in a certain amount of hours today because I already put hours in before the storm. So my main goal today before work is to hit the comic book stores because I have to get stuff for Amazing Spider-Man, the multiple covers and stuff and whatever.
Mate,
and look for Doctor Who merchandise. Oh, it's 9:06. 9:06 in the morning. So
1 a.m.
That's crazy.
Saturday morning.
So I'm gonna be going to look for Doctor Who merchandise, which is going away because I can't find them. People are not carrying stuff. So while I'm looking for my Spider-Man stuff, I'm gonna look for Doctor Who and do videos. So there you go. All right. Thank you, Hayden.
How's this been going for so long? We usually only get half an hour on here.
When you have one person in here, you can go long.
Can you?
Yeah. Like hours.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, right?
So it's like limited to how many people use how much time.
The moment you have one more person in here, it's a conference. And then you have to pay for it, which, the amount of money I make on YouTube. The amount of money I make on YouTube, I'm not going to be paid for like that. No.
I'm going to go enjoy my 3-day weekend. We've got Monday off as well over in Australia.
And I'm going to be working every single day this week. So I work 7 days. So there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hayden. All right.
No worries.
Take care. Bye for now.